As if we needed any more confirmation that the upcoming set of episodes, the episodes that are going to contain part 2 of the legendary Roof piece, were going to be bangers. As if we needed any more confirmation. We got some a day later. We were completely 150% right to be hyped about Roof Piece Part 2. Because, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to Yoooooo Productions revealing the staff list, we now know some of the individuals that are going to be working on the upcoming One Piece episodes, yo. And let me tell y'all something, man. At this point, because every time I come on here to record the episode reaction, something else comes out. So I think for the episode, since this is a stacked week, I'll save that to do a double with the next episode, because this is going to be a stacked week from what I can tell, man. Yo, people, first and foremost, shout out to Love It Anyway, Swagny D, Toy Defender, and Goda for tagging me in Yonkou's post, because if not, I probably wouldn't have seen it, and I wouldn't be as hyped as I am on this wonderful morning right now, man. So shout out to those 3 individuals, and for anyone else that may have tagged me as well that I did not see. So yo, and also a massive shout out to Skippy the Robot for being the individual for delivering breakdowns. If it wasn't for him, I would not be very familiar with a lot of these individuals, right? So shout out to Skippy the Robot as well. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into this staff list, because Yoooooo Productions once again feeding the boys with knowledge. So here we go. Episode 1024, which is going to be the next upcoming episode, is going to be storyboarded by Yutaka Nakashima, episode director Sho Inuzuka, and the animation director is going to be Masahiro Shimanuki. Now, when it comes to episode 1024, this looks like it could be a genuinely great episode. Just based on the fact that this was the same storyboard and episode direction combo that we got in episode 1005, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe that Inuzuka was responsible for that entire final Kiku section. If I'm wrong, please correct me on that, but if I'm not mistaken, Inuzuka was responsible for that legendary Kiku piece of the episode, sequence of the episode. So I'm like, yo, if we get anything like that for this upcoming episode, it could be a banger. Then Masahiro Shimanuki as well, that has been with the series for quite some time. It looks like that could end up being a very fun episode. So episode 1024 looks like it could be a fun one, and like I was saying in the video yesterday, because we don't know, based on the creative liberties that Toei has been taking, we don't know exactly what's going to be covered in 1024. It could be the entirety of 1008. It could be pieces of 1008 with a piece of 1009. We don't know. We don't know. So I'm excited to see what 1024 has to offer, especially after seeing this combo of individuals working on it. Now, speaking of combos and tag teams, episode 1025 is going to have Katsumi Tokoro and Shigefumi Shingaki, which are the same 2 Wombo combo tag team that brought us episode 915, which was the end of Luffy vs. Kaido part 1. And I absolutely loved this episode. I love the entire part 1 of Luffy vs. Kaido from 913 to 915, and we have certain individuals that worked on those episodes working on this set of episodes. But with 915 in particular, I'm excited because that episode, it extended that 1023 section in a way that made everything flow very well and very naturally. So I'm excited to see what 1025 has in store, considering that that does have a good piece, or at least I think it's going to have a good piece of chapter 1009, which is a very action-heavy, action-packed episode. So looking forward to seeing what these 2 individuals are going to bring for episode 1025, because, listen, chapter 1009 has some banging content. And that is going to be followed by episode 1026, man. Yo, episode 1026 of the anime adaptation of the best-selling manga in history. Yo, man. This, I believe, is going to cover the final part of chapter 1009. I'm not sure how much of 1009 is going to cover, but whatever it is going to be a banger. Because, yo, this individual, I didn't even know this individual's name until chapter 1013 dropped, or episode 1013 dropped. And after that, this person's name is going to stick with me probably forever, as long as I'm doing this, right? Because, directing this episode is going to be Ryota Nakamura, the individual that brought us not only the legendary episode 1013, but if I'm not mistaken, also the legendary episode 850 with Luffy smashing the Mirror World back in Whole Cake Island. You feel me? So it's like you bring us that legendary episode, and then episode 1013, which has the best anime exclusive content, arguably in the entire series, for the Yamato and Ace flashback that was way, way beyond any of us could have ever imagined. That episode has stellar direction. I love that episode. That is one of my favorite episodes in the entirety of Wano. So, for the director to be coming back this soon, working on an episode of this magnitude for the second half of Roof Piece for chapter 1009, I am excited. I am excited. So we have Ryota Nakamura, then we have Masahiro Kitsuzaki, we have the legendary Hirotaka Ito, then we have one of Toei's all-time GOATs. Anytime this individual shows up, I just know it's going to be a banger. Tu Young-se and Toshio Deguchi. I cannot wait for this episode. This looks like it's going to be a spectacular, just from a direction standpoint, from an animation standpoint, this looks like it's going to be one of those, right? So keep an eye out for episode 1026, covering some of the greatness in chapter 1009, because this looks like a banger. This, based on the list, looks like a banger, and what I'm so excited for, especially with Nakamura working on this, is considering the anime exclusive content that was in 1013, because of these, it looks like these chapters are going to be split, both 1000 and 1010. I look forward to seeing what type of anime original content we're going to be seeing within these episodes, right? And I have full faith that Toei is going to be able to deliver and have it flow very naturally, but we'll see what happens, man. Now with this individual working on 1026, I'm like, brother, let's go. Let's go, man. And so that looks like it's going to be an awesome episode. Now, we get into 1010 content. And when I saw this name with 1027, I had the biggest smile on my face. The biggest smile on my face, man. Because this individual is synonymous with Zoro greatness in this arc, man. This man has some of the best Zoro content under his belt. The series director for One Piece in Wano. Episode 1027's director is going to be Tatsuya Nagamine, the same individual that brought us the legendary episode 892, and I believe it was 934 with the Zoro vs. Killer stuff. Just with those two alone, I'm like, yo, inject it. Whoever they're getting on this episode to do the Zoro greatness, I already know it's going to be in good hands. Whoever else works on it, just based on that name alone, the Zoro greatness has never looked better than when under this man. All right, so I'm excited. I am excited for what Nagamine is going to bring to the table when it comes to the Zoro awesome sauce, especially considering that this is one of the biggest Zoro moments in the entire series. So I know the big dream is for Ishizuka to do the Dead Man's Game, but we'll see. We'll see if that ends up actually being a reality, right? But I know it's been 10 episodes at this point since 1017 by the time this releases. So we'll have to wait and see if Ishizuka returns for that one. But Nagamine working on this one makes me believe that no matter who's working on the Dead Man's Game, the Zoro greatness, whatever it is, it's going to be a banger. It is going to be a banger. And so we have Midori Matsuda and Keita Saito also working on this episode as well. I cannot wait for episode 1027. And with this staff list, I'm like, yo, are they really only going to cover the first half of 1010, or is it going to be the entirety of 1010? And then we go into 1028, and 1028 is the beginning of 1011, or like an extended part of 1011, maybe 1011 final. I just don't know. That's the thing that makes this stretch so fascinating, is that I have no idea how they're going to go about it. So we'll see what happens, but 1027 is going to be a banger, man. A banger, banger, banger. So Zoro fans rise for that, and then of course, episode 1028 is going to have Yasunori Koyama, which has been an awesome director for this series for quite some time. If I'm not mistaken, this individual was responsible for bringing us episode 1004 which was that incredible Scabbards versus Kaido sequence on the roof. That entire episode right there, and I believe episode 1016 as well for the beginning of Roof Piece. So this individual has provided, and of course all the stuff before that. He's been around for quite some time, but those are the most recent ones, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I believe 1016 and 1004. So, but man, 1004 was such a massive banger. So, and of course, being accompanied by an individual who's been with the series for a very long time in Kazuya Hisada. I've learned from Sakuga Lad, shout out to Sakuga Lad, that this individual has been around since episode 1. So a long-time series, a veteran on the series. It's been around time since 1999, right, when the anime first started. So, considering this episode's content, if we are to believe based on the title of this episode, then this looks like it's going to be the second half of 1010, and all eyes are going to be on this. All eyes are going to be on this entire stretch of episodes right here, but especially from like 1025 to 1028, because this is going to be the Roof Piece content. And 1028, if it is in charge of bringing us the legendary final sequence of chapter 1010 and potentially dipping into the 1011 pool, whatever it is, if this has the Yu Yu Hakusho combo from the Go With The Coat, rocking the Conqueror's coded 12s, this is going to be one of the best episodes in the entire series just based on content alone. So I wonder how it's going to be adapted. I wonder how it's going to be animated, how it's going to be directed, how it's going to be storyboarded. My eyes are going to be on this one, if this is going to be the one, because once again, with Toei's creative liberties, I have no idea. I don't know if the reason why the episode is titled this is because we've already gotten that scene in 1027, and we're going into the beginning of 1011, which also continues that, right? I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is that regardless, whatever ends up happening, we're going to be getting bangers back to back to back just based on this staff list. And I cannot wait, because this is some of the most exciting, some of the content that we've been looking forward to seeing animated the most for a long, long time. We're finally about to get the legendary chapters 1009 and 1010 animated, and it looks like the individuals that are going to be working on these episodes are going to ensure that these are all-time bangers. So all eyes are going to be on these episodes. We're all going to be looking forward to seeing how they're adapted, and I look forward to seeing your thoughts in the comment section down below on these, and the staff list, and on what you think is going to take place, what do you think is going to be adapted in these episodes. And are you as excited as I am now, or even more excited than what we were yesterday, because we were 110% right to be hyped about the upcoming Roof Piece stuff, because man, this staff list is not playing any games. It is not playing any games, son. Shout out to Yonko Productions once again for providing this information, and I look forward for this next month and a half, it looks, of just One Piece greatness, man. So I'll see y'all next time. Have an awesome sauce of a day. Let's go, man. Roof Piece Part 2 is going to be banging. I'm telling you, I love episode 1013. I really, really do. So episode 1026, I'm like, if it was any other thing, I would say I'm looking forward to 1026 the most. But because the adaptation of 1010, like chapter 1010 is so special, that it's like, that is what I'm most excited to see the most, is how they adapt that. But it's like right next to that, is Ryota Nakamura's episode, because when I tell you, I really, really loved episode 1013. So this individual's next episode, I'm there. That's like when one of your favorite artists drops in an album, you're like, yo, I'm there at midnight. Nakamura, I'm there when this episode drops. All right, I'm excited to see the next banger that you have in store for us as One Piece, man. So, yo, have a good one. Take care. Let's go, man.